Could there be a G20 minus South Africa? Now that question comes up because President Donald Trump has barred South Africa from next year's G20 summit to be held in Miami. Yes, you're hearing that right. In an unprecedented move against a founding member of the Global Economic Forum, and a decision that South Africa says is punitive, misleading and fundamentally dangerous for international cooperation, the US, as the president of next year's summit, has decided to bar the country. After months of the escalating tensions between the two sides, a decision that is now being seen as a bid to silence Africa's most industrialized economy. After trade penalties, foreign policy collisions, as well as, and perhaps most importantly, Trump's claims of what he calls white genocide in South Africa. In fact, South Africa, in a sharply worded statement, has said today that it does not take orders from any country, and that its membership is decided by the collective G20, not by Washington. It called Trump's actions punitive and rooted in misinformation and distortions, adding that President Cyril Ramaphosa has repeatedly tried to reset ties with the US, but that Trump continues to base policy on falsehoods, they allege. Now, let's just take a step back here. This crisis began brewing last week in Johannesburg when the US boycotted the G20 summit entirely, a diplomatic slap to the host nation, South Africa, and in turn refused to hand over the presidency to a low-level US representative, insisting that Washington send someone at the right level. And then a low-key transfer happened. But clearly the damage was already done. US President Donald Trump now saying South Africa is not worthy of membership anywhere, and claims again, without evidence, that white farmers are being systematically targeted, he claims. Accusations that US and South African officials have reportedly dismissed as false. Remember, earlier this year itself, Trump shocked the international media along with the South African delegation visiting the White House when he presented his case, playing videos for Ramaphosa that he said were proof of the genocide. He has also slapped 30% tariffs on South African goods since the highest levied on any sub-Saharan country. And this is not just about domestic politics. The two nations have clashed on global issues, from climate cooperation to trade reforms to South Africa's case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. But what does that mean for the G20 is the immediate question. The G20 is not an invite-only club run by a single country. After all, it's a formal grouping of the countries. And now